I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
Ah, Herbert.
Herbert! Oh, Herbert the cat!
Searching for scraps. The mind.
Can we stand for Herbert the Toilet Cat? I'm going to switch over to the game now and stop moaning about iPhone. I'm nervous about the flip smartphones in terms of how long they'll last and the crease in the glass and everything. They are interesting though, aren't they? They are interesting. Let's see. Back. So yeah, this the Excavation of Hob's Barrow, like I say, is set in Victorian times, and it is a Lovecraftian folklore horror kind of game. Okay? So I don't know specific spoilers, content warnings or anything like that, but that's the sort of game it is. Prepare for weirdness and horror and general bad vibes out of this game as we go into it. Let's bring back dumb phones in the mainstream. Yeah. I never had this problem when I used Blackberries, I tell you. Ooh. A gate.
Ah, Miss Bateman.
Oh, what a fantastic voice.
First house. It's been quite some time.
I want everyone to move away from Twitter. Just make a fucking decision about where we're going,
Weather this evening.
Do you know, I keep swearing. I need to stop swearing. Oh.
Miss Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside.
I can't type into my own chat window because otherwise it...
Rain won't kill me, will it?
No swearing! No swearing!
You mustn't be...
Thank you. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. I need to practice for the charity stream.
My regards to your father.
And I'm failing.
Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside.
I will when you give me control.
Death out here.
Oh, you'll catch your death. Dun dun dun. That's a fine piece of pixel art.
Dearest mother.
Mother. Okay.
I hope this letter...
Oh, I have to left click.
I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience.
Look at the pixel art sheeps! Oh, I love them. Hey Haz, may I remind you about the checking in?
The events that led me to Ticehurst House that night.
Redeem.
As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Shoulder? They were wonderful pixel sheep. Wow, look at this.
The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors.
Okay, Bewley. In the moors? Oh, we don't be going out in the moors. 2 streams!
No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Okay, first thing to do then is look at the letter. Ah, it's going to tell us how. Here we go. Left click to walk, interact, right click to examine. To access the inventory and menu, move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen. Left click on an inventory item to select it, right click to examine it. So it's like Beneath the Steel Sky then, and that, in that manner. Once an inventory item is selected, you can right-click to deselect it. You can double-click on an exit to teleport directly to it. The game will occasionally autosave. You can save anytime via the menu. And map available. Okay. Oh, spacebar to show interactable hotspots. That's good because then we don't have to hunt any pixels. Ah, I see. Okay, so we've got a door, we've got a window, we've got the exit, we've got the sign, we've got the tracks. So I can look at the tracks.
My mother always told me not to walk on railway tracks. If I take the sign, how would the trains know where to stop?
Ha ha ha, window.
Hello there.
I need to look at the letters. Dear Miss Bateman, I write this letter in the hope of piquing your curiosity. I read about your expertise in barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewley, where a most special barrow can be found on the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and is certainly tall enough to stand up in. The place is steeped in local legend, and there is rumour of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Bewley and excavate the barrow, I will be pleased to be your guide. Please send your response to the Plough and Furlough Inn, Bewley. I shall await your letter. Yours respectfully, Mr. Leonard Shoulder. Dear Miss Bateman, marvellous news. I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening on the 14th of this new month at the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. The inn has fine rooms which you will find adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I shall tell you more of the circumstances surrounding the site, which is referred to locally as Hob's Barrow. It is not located on my own land, but we will have no issue gaining permission to excavate. I wish you a safe journey. Exit.
I must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn.
Let's speak to the woman. Hello.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plough and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Ah, young lady. Leave the station and follow the stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
T'other side. Ah, bye.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
Hobnose.
We've been none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey. Hello?
Snow on there. Handkerchief, money. Alright, okay. So let's leave.
What brings you to Bewley?
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Bewley, miss?
Tell the truth. I have nothing to hide. Or lie. She looks suspicious. Oh, which one? Truth or lies? Truth or lies? Come on. Let's hear some opinions on this one. Already, let's go. Truth. Yeah, I was going to go with the truth as well.
I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hob's Barrow.
Hob's Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all. I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Oh.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, that's sinister.
That was odd.
It was, wasn't it? We've been warned already. We're not even at the train station. We've been warned away. Have a look at the crow. Keep going. For now, let's just get walking. sign. Let's look at.
Take the sign, nor do
I don't want
The
to.
sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's. The bucket has seen better days.
We take the bucket.
The bucket is rusty and full of holes.
There's a hole in my bucket.
Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care.
A plaque. Let's look at the plaque.
A small plaque beside the door reads Vicarage.
Oh, vicarage. Cool. Okay.
The plough and furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room.
You should. Let's talk to this gentleman. Hello, sir.
Hello there.
Hello.
Young lady doing out alone in this sodding weather.
I'm heading to the Plough and Furrow.
The plough and furrow.
Bloody good pub, that. It has the finest ales in the whole county. Oh, I'll take you there if you like.
I believe we are standing directly in
It's a
front of it.
fine gentleman.
Oh, so we are.
Oh.
Please,
Yes.
give us a kiss now.
We should have got on the train back to. Oh, hello. It's my dad.
Wouldn't your wife disapprove?
My wife? Bloody hell, my wife! My tea'll be on the table at this hour, and if I don't get back, she'll be roaring. Until
You'll be roaring. Aye.
What a buffoon.
Aye, she was proper roaring.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair
That
price.
sounds a bargain.
Payment up front for the 2 nights.
In that case, what we do,
I have
grab the
6
money.
shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me.
Don't blame you.
This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
Thomasina. All right, I like her.
Staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Yo,
That fella suddenly perks up.
you say.
The guy with the chest.
Another room?
I assume it's chest.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I
Room
help you with
2?
your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives.
Grand idea.
A pixie-faced peasant boy, painted in a naive style.
Just have a
A
look.
majestic animal, cut down in his prime. The painting depicts a rocky-edged lake. A small bronze plate states the name Lake Cubilius. A decorative plate. This one depicts a bull. A decorative plate depicting a serpent.
Anyway. On we go.
This shall do nicely.
All right, room this, isn't it? 8 for 3 shilling.
Comfortable.
Oh, she's wearing her trousers. Whoop! Thought she's having a pose for us then. She's in her.
Much better.
You don't get this quality, this sort of quality in Premier Inns or your travel lodges, do you? What we got? Let's take a matchbox.
Complimentary match.
Yeah, okay.
Complimentary.
Beaver!
Useful.
Hello. Hold on a second
There's
then.
only one match left, though.
How's it going? What colour do you want your... Because your name's going on the board, Vera, so what colour do you want? Do you want green by any chance? Well, we got blue, we got yellow, we got pink. It's going well, excellent. I do have green. You like green, it's your favourite. I kind of guess because that's the colour your name is on Twitch. So gosh. God, I'm going to write your whole name in. Polly... I don't know what it means, your name. Polly... I've never even attempted to say it. Polycythemia. I'm gonna put an exclamation mark next to you. Oh, it's a blood disorder. Excellent. Okay, cool. I don't know why you got an exclamation mark. I just felt a name like that deserves one. Good to see you. Vera, since you're here, right, I should point out, you and anyone else who hasn't used it yet, is once per stream you can now redeem a points reward called checking in. And that'll keep tabs of how, you know, how many streams you've attended. How exciting is that? Like that. There you go. It never resets. It never resets. So you can miss as many streams as you want and keep on adding. One of one. How exciting! I know, right? I know. Whiskey, how's it going? How are you? No, how are you? I'm doing all right, thank you, Whiskey. I'm doing all right. We are playing today. The Excavation of Hob's Barrow, which is a Lovecraftian folklore horror game set in Victorian-era, so be warned, it's probably going to get a bit weird and a bit nasty at some point.
As the only light source in the room, I ought to leave this here. I've stored my case in there, a box within a box.
Box within a box.
I do feel tired after the trip, but my meeting with Mr. Shoulder must take priority. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty.
Another plate.
I don't wish to take it.
No, okay, don't then.
A decorative plate depicting a goat.
Ooh, a goat, you say?
Painting of surprising quality. It portrays a rocky outcrop overlooking a vast moor. Perhaps a local...
I wish I could get a room like this for 3 shilling. You know.
An empty bowl has been provided for washing.
Anyway, let's go meet Mr. Shoulder. Let's get this mystery unfolding. What else have we got around here? Old man. You're right there, old man.
Hello, sir.
Right.
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
Including dinner and tea as well, yeah. You're right.
Uncle, you've come on that bloody train, haven't you?
Oh, that bloody train.
Dogs.
What?
I take it you are not enamoured with the railway station.
Buell is going to be swarming with outsiders. Like,
Oh, this is a local town for local people. We'll have no trouble here.
Why not?
this is our town, our land.
I assure you, I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
Guys, good job she's not black, isn't it? Bloody hell.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Ah! You're brave coming in here, all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril. Do you know Mr. Shoulder?
That'd be none of your business.
Oh my god, this guy, can we...
To your city, poking around, asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
Alright, do you know what? Fuck this guy off then.
Ta-ra, lass.
Ta-da! You old fart. Well, let's ask... You know, the innkeeper was nice. Now we're going to touch the...
Miserable-looking fellow.
Let's touch the miserable-looking fellow.
Three Men's Morris. Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
Charming.
I want to touch them all.
Good day, sir.
Oh, this is horrid.
Hello, sir.
What?
I'm waiting here for a man named Leonard Shoulder. Do you know him?
I don't. Do you, love?
Never heard of him.
There you have it. Now clear off.
Alright, let's talk to the barkeep.
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
Hello, Stanley. You're the nicest person we've met so far.
I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
I like him.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16 years.
16
I worked
years.
as a drover all over the country.
Good local businessman. We love to see it.
Took me coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
It is a
I often
fine
run
inn.
short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
Bewley.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St Edmund's Church is a fine building. Worth
You know what? I really like just nosing around churches and cathedrals and stuff. Because that's where all the local money is, right?
I'm looking for a man named Leonard Shoulder.
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow.
Hot fuzz fudge, yeah,
Check his
a little bit.
post.
Yes, I've been
It's for the
corresponding
greater good.
with this
The
guy.
greater good.
You know, you found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard then?
Tell the truth or lie. We're gonna okay. Well, let's keep telling the truth because this is gonna get us into trouble. I can feel it.
I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural.
I have no idea what a barrow is.
Interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics.
Oh, okay, it's a burial site.
Is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye. You're a grave robber.
There you go. She heard me.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years.
A place to rest the dead. You see, I didn't know that.
I assure you, my goal is more
yeah.
noble than petty
I don't
grave
want-
robbery.
What sort of relics do you find then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find.
Ooh.
I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities. in
Vestiges. I like it.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hob's Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard nowt about a Hob's Barrow.
Anyway, I was just about to say, since this is a Victorian Lovecraftian horror kind of thing, I've worn my Chaos Engine t-shirt, which is a very different sort of game, if anyone had an Amiga back in the day. Chaos Engine. But that was all Victorian, and it was more steampunky than anything, wasn't it? But I thought it was fitting anyway. So there we
Are
go.
you sure you've never heard of Hob's Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery.
Oh, you don't go out on the moors.
Shoulder said the barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it. Why are you interested in digging around in the dirt, lass?
It's just a top-down shooter. It's pretty good though. The music's banging in that game.
The thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, eh?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I bet he's
I'm
passed.
afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital. Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait.
Let's sit. Oh, I don't get the choice. She's doing it anyway. Over there in the corner. Okay, that's not what I was going to choose.
What a waste of time this is turning out to be.
Oh no, here he is. Look, this will be him, right?
In there, miss.
Not you again.
I just wanted to apologise for earlier. I got hold,
This will be Mr. Shoulder.
but it gave me an aching belly.
How so?
I felt bad for how I spoke to you. I'm sorry. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur Tillett.
Arthur Tillett.
Tina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewley, anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an ale and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
Here we go. Drinking, let's go. Go on, let's buy him an ale. Let's be nice.
One ale, coming right up.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman. Then I'll tell you all about old Leonard Shoulder.
I have only
Oh,
a tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
tankard. That's what you want, a tankard of ale.
There we are. 2 pence, please.
Thank you. This
That'll be
was
£7, please.
but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds.
Yeah, he's getting tankard.
Here you are, Arthur.
I know, 2 pence. They had it good in Victorian times, didn't they? I can tell you. Bloody hell.
Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Leonard Shoulder.
Bloody hell, how strong's that ale?
Arthur? Mr. Tillett? Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor.
D was just short for pence anyway. So, don't ask me why it was a D and not a P. But, yeah. If you ever... I only know that because I used to have an old astronomy book when I was a kid that my parents bought me from a car boot sale, and that had like, I think 2D on the cover. It was only a little book, a thin little book about that big. It was just like a little hand reference book about the night sky. So I remember asking my parents, why does it say it costs 2D on the cover, and they explained it. Anyway.
Mr. Tillett? He's not dead, just very drunk. I would still like to hear what he has to say about Mr. Shoulder. A lovely place to warm oneself.
Every day is a school day. Oh, yeah. Oh, Vera, you won't know anything about it. So, decimalization. We at the moment we operate in pounds and pence, right? 100 pence to a pound. But back before I was born, certainly back until some point in the 70s, I think. We worked in pounds, shillings, and pence. So I think it was 5 pence to a shilling, and then I don't know how many shilling to a pound. I don't think it worked out exactly like it does now. It was like some weird number to a pound. Yeah, so... Anyway, I'm trying to explain, but I cannot because I've just realised I simply do not know how it works. But yeah, you would ask for like 3 shilling for something. 3 shilling and tuppence. So no, pounds and shillings was something very different. Yeah. So it'd be like £1, 2 shillings, and threepence. £20 for an 1/8. Yeah. Maybe I should leave and have a look around.
I should wait here for Mr. Shoulder.
Maybe I should not leave and look around.
How can I help you?
May I trouble you for a glass of water?
If it's water you're after, I just refilled the jug in your room.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks for your
idea.
time.
As you were.
A jug of... This may come in handy.
Do you know what I've never paid for illicit substances, so I could not even come close to knowing whether or not that's accurate. 12 pence in a shilling, 20 shillings in a pound. There you go, see.
What the hell were that for?
Thank you, Luna. I appreciate it.
Passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard Shoulder. Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
Oh my god.
This man is unbelievable.
I'm enjoying Annoying Arsehole Simulator so far.
It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
It's got darker, I can tell you that much.
Miss Bateman? My apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
The grandmother told you once your plane only retains rarely required information, he says. Well, it's come in handy today, hasn't it? So there we go.
Mr. Tillett?
This is lovely.
I'm surprised. Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
Oh, no, this one there.
Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
Oh, jump scare, it's a cat. Hello, lovely cat. With red eyes.
Well, you're not Mr. Tillett.
Are you Leonard Shoulder?
The mangy thing is fast asleep.
Oh, don't call it mangy.
Rather not touch it. The thing stinks to high heaven. It looks like the towel has not been washed in months. The water is brown, quite ghastly. The door opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side.
Ah.
I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett? Arthur, are you out there? Judging from the draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further. I can see it's still raining out there. I can't reach the window from down here.
I guess then. Going back this way. Every bathroom needs a cat, right? Every pub bathroom. Sleep on the wet floors.
I shouldn't wander too far. Mr.
Okay, so I can't go that way. Aha.
Excuse me, sir.
A cat come up, yeah.
Sir?
Oh, that light went out. Oh, it's getting sinister now. Here we go.
The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
A glove.
A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing. It seems rather out of place here. Peculiar.
Quiet, a glove.
It is propped up against the door, barring it closed from the outside. Someone has wedged the door shut. Mr. Tillett. Why would he have done that?
We are going to move it, okay.
Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here.
You really liking this game? I'm really liking this game as well, yeah. Let's go back out and investigate these barrels. Maybe he climbed over the...
I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise the locals would be rolling them into their cellars. Sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt used to store ale.
Okay, I thought maybe he might have climbed over the top. But why would he? Hitching posts. For horses. Yes, this is on Steam. It's not that expensive.
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
I forget how much I paid for it. I waited until it was on sale.
Get some sleep. Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
Miss Bateman?
Miss Bateman?
Off to bed?
Yes, I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Ah, don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
Might have to get him playing during the week. Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Kemp.
I'm an influencer.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well, Miss Bateman.
Uh-oh. Stranger danger. Oh, it's the cat. Cat looks pissed off, though. Look at him. I love how this looks like something that's been drawn and animated in Dulux Paint on the Amiga. This does look like oh, I'm trying to think of the name of the games that it's reminding me of, but they're all like RPGs, kind of like Horrorsoft, I think was the company that made them, and I can't remember a single one of the name of the games. They all had like graphics like this, and they all had like gruesome deaths and stuff. And
Dreams.
I'm pretty sure Horrorsoft did like Elvira games as well, based on the Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, you know.
Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night. As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. See if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Game saved. All right. Let's go.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
Let's have a word.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
I can tell him about that cat.
Really? I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
A cat, you say?
Yes, an odd-looking grey one. I must have been dreaming, as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep. I saw a similar cat in the lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
Ah, Herbert.
Herbert! Oh, Herbert the cat!
Searching for scraps.
Indeed. Seeing him in the
Herbert the
lavatories
cat.
must have conjured up the strange dream.
The mind.
Can we stand for Herbert the Toilet Cat?
things, Miss Bateman. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp.
Crisp.
I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Creepy Herb. Oh no. Lovely Herb. Don't you badmouth Herb the Toilet Cat.
Lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
That sounds capital, thank
I mean,
you.
who's going to steal stuff in this village, eh? Come on now.
We look after our guests here at the Plough and Furrow. I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss Bateman,
Mel, good evening. How are you doing?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were. I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you.
Oh, he knows about Hobbs Barrow. Yeah, there we go. See.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old
Sure.
Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
Why lie to me about Hobbs Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist,
Why not? Oh, come on.
to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling. I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
Certain reputation. Ooh.
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where does Mr. Shoulder
Where
live?
does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect
Does
his...
Mr. Shoulder have a chip on it?
If he lives a fair distance
Gonna find out, I guess, aren't we?
Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could...
You don't go out on the moors.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass.
I need to think of some Moors puns for my my VOD title. More's the merrier.
I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition.
Come on, give me some Moors puns in chat. Let's have some.
That doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it. Hogwash. All of it. I've a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Map unlocked. All right, cool. Where should I go next? The village square. Talk to this man, though.
Hello. My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
Oh my god, please. Please, sir.
around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves.
Well, we might have a job for you then.
Church.
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Can you tell me about the church? It's a church.
Leonard Shoulder.
Excellent.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love.
The crap ones are the good ones, though, Hans. Come on.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Ta-da.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Betty.
You, Betty.
Alright. At least we know Betty now.
What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless!
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Not much to do in this village, you see, so.
Leonard Shoulder.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hopefully there's a dog, yeah.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So, you know of it.
It was like teaspoon collection.
Sure.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Listen,
Bye, miss.
Vera, it's a small town in Yorkshire. It's not even a town, it's a small village in Yorkshire during Victorian times. What else is a kid his age going to do? It's that or die on the moors. You know, fall into a peat bog and die. The ex-father-in-law had a teaspoon collection. Well, there you go, then. I'm sure they're very interesting. Oh my god, Mel. When your sheep go to graze in a damp marshy place, that's amore. Hold on. I'm writing that's amore down. That's going to get used at some point during these weeks. That's going to go on the thumbnail, I think. Maybe not this week. And I'm going to write down mine as well. More's the merrier. Puns amuse me greatly. Luna's granddad had a teaspoon collection. I have never seen a teaspoon collection. They must be fancy teaspoons. And tell you what, let's go to the vicarage. Surely the vicar's going to be quite nice.
I don't think anyone is home.
Oh well. What's this? A cobbler's?
No one here.
Alright, let's go to the church then. Oh, hello, you go to bed? Tell you what then, people, I'll be right back. Gonna play a quick ad for you non-subscribers, but yeah, just a moment. Oh my god, what have I missed? What have I missed? Oh, that's how... What? What's been going on? Oh, spoons. We've got a lot of spoons on this chat, I guess. We're high spoons level today. Wow. Surprising amount of people collecting spoons then around the country. There we go. Anyway, exciting times. I've got a hobnob because it's Hobbs Barrow, so I've got a hobnob. A chalky one at that. Chalky hobnob. Like 20 plus years ago, yeah. It's for collections for all people, right?
Would you like
So I'm going to be chomping down the microphone at you guys now.
pet?
Cakes, yes, absolutely.
Yes, I'd like to buy a cake.
Wonderful. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know
Oh,
about
Bakewell puddings.
puddings.
Oh my god, I like her already.
Famous.
Curses. I have no more money.
That's unfortunate, Pet. I'm sorry. I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand.
Chalky hobnobs are probably my favourite biscuit out of all biscuits. Give me a chalky hobnob and I'm yours, let me tell you.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, Pet.
Oh, for crying out loud. Ban them. How do we... Are you going to ban them or not? Come on. This is fun, isn't it? Ah. I'm just going back up to make sure I've not banned anyone who shouldn't have been banned. Hold on. This is the first time in a long, long time I've actually needed a mod. Because I don't actually have any mods, I don't think, anymore. The nice switch, that's about it. But nice switch. Lovely Sarah is always working, bless her.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
About me?
As I'd ask you, but you're on your mobile phone and it's probably too much of a faff for you to do it.
I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
Anyone making a Portal reference is going to get banned as well, I'm telling you right now.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest?
You wouldn't trust yourself. With all that, you don't get that much power, mate. Don't worry about it.
The 12th century.
Ooh.
The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open if you'd like to worship.
I like this lady.
Mrs. de Plancy.
Mrs. de Plancy. She seems lovely.
Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, Mel.
What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
About Father Roach.
He is a lovely man.
Lovely man. Oh, got him.
Exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the
Hey, Rat, how's it going?
Edmunds for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Okay, so that's where we're going next.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
Ah. Do you know anything about
Do
Hobbs?
you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Losing mind trying to Platinum Village. Oh my god, I cannot even
Thank you for
imagine.
your time.
I played through it on like the standard difficulty once, and I was like, yeah, that'll do me, thank you. I'll go back to it one day, like, but my god, Platinum in it, and ooh, I can hear those. Maybe I should get you to run me through Resident Evil 5 and 6 one day, Rat. Because I've still not played those. Whoa! You'll be down? Yeah, Rat, come on, let's do it. So the reason I've not played them yet is because I kind of want to just play them in co-op. Oh my god.
Very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea.
It was whistling a second ago.
Young lady,
Tell me what you need.
let the blood from my arm.
Wait, what?
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
Wait, what? I don't have anything to cut him with for a start.
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Bloodletting, are we sure about this? I mean, up to this point, right, it's just been locals being very unfriendly to
The
her.
broken lens is extremely sharp.
I don't...
The vicar's Ow, the broken...
Oh, okay. In that case, let's use the glove to pick it up.
Perhaps I shouldn't risk...
Oh, okay. Maybe not then. Handkerchief.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
Imagine getting a handkerchief as a gift.
should work.
Is that a thing that used to happen? Oh my god, do I have to cut it? I guess we are.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
Okay, just to say to anyone who's come in, such as Rat, this is a Lovecraftian folk horror game, so it is going to get all weird, shall we say, including cutting a vicar at his own request, I suppose.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
How would that make you feel better?
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's
What?
a pleasure to meet you.
I mean, okay. So obviously I knew bloodletting was a thing, but does it genuinely make people feel better if you... If I feel sick, if I have... if I've got a malaise, bloodletting actually helped me? What? No. It's good for what? No, it does not help me.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all.
I do not believe him.
Blackberries for my supper, you see.
Oh, I love to pick blackberries.
As long as you mind the bramble. My apologies.
There's lots of bramble around here, and I pick them during the summer.
Circumstances.
Are you from Bewley
I
originally?
often make a blackberry pie over the summer with all the blackberries I've picked.
Quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Oh, really? Huh. It's interesting. I would like my blood to stay in my body, just for the record.
St. Edmund's is a fine building.
Just in case anyone's getting any ideas, you know.
It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
Right, I am absolutely going to quote you on that. In fact, I might screenshot it now and put it out on Twitter that you're advising that people with those conditions should in fact be bled on a regular basis.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love.
No.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of his spirit.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Are
yes.
you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where
he
Mr.
lives?
Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital. Thank you.
Capital.
Know when you're ready to pay him a visit.
Not enough people use the term capital these days.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
What's one of the which is it? Is it the Blackadder episode where he falls in love with Kate, who's dressed as a boy called Bob? And he sees someone. He sees like the doctor about it, and he recommends, just dissolving 2 leeches on his tongue before he goes to bed at night or something like that. just pop two into your mouth.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
I love at the end of that episode, right? Spoilers for a 30-year-old episode of a TV show. What I love about that episode is that at the end, Kate declares that he is now going to dress as a boy, I guess, and live life as a man from that point on, because they found out they actually preferred it that way. And running off with Lord Flashheart, who then declares that he prefers to wear women's clothing. So they're like, oh, it works out great. Anyway, I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
I really murdered that fucking that reveal, didn't I? I always found it oddly heartwarming though that they found each other, and they kind of had that in common, that they both prefer to present as the opposite gender.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone...
I'll be here all day. Wait, no, I should have played that. I should have played that first before saying it.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
Lord Flashheart, where have you been? Where haven't I been? Rough.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs.
Oh, Father, you're really chatting me up here.
And with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth.
Bosoms, you got, yeah.
Let's choose executors.
We're talking bosoms, I'm interested.
Wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite.
Rough. Like the beard girly, gives me something to hang on to. Rough. Richard the Second.
Correct.
Hey!
Studying the work of the bard is one of my favourite pastimes. Follow me.
I have read some Shakespeare in my time, it must be said. Not by my own choice, but I've read it.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see.
One day, my lad, all this will be yours.
Is it not?
What? The curtains?
I find them rather desolate.
Really? I disagree. The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains.
Do you know what? I'm not big on the whole religion thing, but I like his positive attitude.
Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Tell the truth.
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Oh, we're getting a flashback.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
Yeah, I love the countryside. Won't want to get lost in the dark, that's for sure.
Right. Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
The little girl looked directly at the screen then, that was a bit weird. Oh dear.
Mummy? Mummy? Daddy, wake up!
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all.
Oh. Very sad, this.
But we will do our utmost to look after
Gonna cry on stream.
Ticehurst man. He will have a nurse by his side at all times. I can assure you.
What sort of God would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways.
Oh, it's that classic line, is it?
Come along now.
Nah, I'm not buying that though, you know.
Hello?
Oh.
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
God. God uses interpretive dance, you know. What?
When you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid. But we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this.
So my phone keeps vibrating, I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Stood here for over
Nothing important is the answer.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now. Onward.
What are we going to call this pile of rocks? Devil's Toe. Perfect.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape.
Oh, yeah.
All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
chucks.
Miss Bateman.
Little chucky chickens.
Memory fails me completely. This is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now. No need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. Duplancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you.
Oh.
You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
Knocky knock.
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
I reckon he's dead, like.
Mr. Shoulder, are you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle.
As a doornail. As a doornail.
Locked.
No sign of life.
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned.
Ask the chickens, they'll know.
Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
The trousers feel damp. Freshly hung or still wet from last night's rain.
Oh yeah, it was raining, wasn't it?
He looks much too unruly to be picked up.
What about this one then?
Chuk, chuk, chuk.
Chuk, chuk,
Don't
chuk.
encourage them.
Why not?
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the country. A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon.
Can we take it?
Father, what do you make of this?
A peculiar adornment. I've not seen any like this in Bewley. Though it does remind me of a passage by the bard himself.
Oh, here we go again. Go on.
It's the very era of the moon. She comes nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men.
I don't know this one. Othello.
Othello?
Precisely, Miss.
Hey!
Knowledge of the bard is presently flawless.
I consider myself to be...
Never read that one. Never read that one.
It's delightful to meet a fellow bookworm, I must say.
A carved...
Oh.
A carved I think... It's bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it. I've come a long way to meet you, Mr. Shoulder. Please open the door. What else do you know about Mr. Shoulder?
A reclusive man. I must say I know very little about him.
Does he attend services at St. Edmund's?
Not regularly, if at all these days.
Perhaps he feels closer to God out here on the moors. What do you make of Mr. Shoulder's residence?
A sturdy construction, I'm in no doubt. The winds blow a gale out here, not to mention the pelting rain.
At least he must have plenty of eggs to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Gracious, those hens.
Oh, I like a chicken.
Do you know that young girl we saw?
No, but I've seen her sneaking around the churchyard. The poor thing is feral. She takes off at the slightest stirring. We will bring the Lord to her. Good time.
Perhaps...
Now that sounds sinister.
You said there were others like her?
Primitive folk, yes. Avoid the moors in hours of darkness and don't wander too far. I wouldn't entrust a young woman in their company.
That also sounds sinister.
What more can you tell me of these primitive folk?
Godless people, Miss Bateman. Don't concern yourself with them. They live out there on the very edges of this land. If you don't wander too far, you shouldn't cross their path.
Do you know anything else about the
Devil's Toe.
Not really. I do recall it toppling over when I was a child. A few lads from Bewley rebuilt it to the best of their memories.
The devil mustn't have been happy.
Come now, my child. Do not joke about such matters.
Please do not invoke the head devil.
Why don't you like hens, Father?
I know I must love all of God's creatures.
That's
They
true.
make such an unholy ruckus, and their talons claw at my boots.
But they mean no harm. And they provide eggs.
I cannot abide hen's eggs. They smell of sulphur when rotten.
I mean, that's true. Don't let them go rotten, then, is the answer.
Worried about
Eat them.
something at the moment.
It is not my place to say. Mrs. de Plancy will tell you in good time, if she deems it fit to do so.
What is your favourite of Shakespeare's works?
A very difficult question.
I don't think any of these is actually going to give us the answer to meeting Mr. Shoulder, huh?
Awfully fond of Cymbeline.
An unusual choice.
All gold and silver rather turn to dirt. Wouldn't you agree?
A fine quote.
Mrs. Shoulder.
Is there a Mrs. Shoulder?
No. I believe Mr. Shoulder has led a life of celibacy.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
In Victorian speak, he was gay.
I've no desire. The window is much.
Too high to reach. Oh wait, I had a key. Oh, that's the room key, isn't it? I mean, I could always try it.
This key does.
No. No, she's just gonna look
No
into
sign
it.
of any movement.
I guess we're going this way?
I've only just got here.
I guess we're not going this way. A matchbox.
I can't think of any.
Nothing to talk to Mr. Roach about. Oh wait,
That glove looks familiar.
the glove.
I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow.
Smell the glove.
The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
Let's go.
Let's go.
As I say, my child, Mr. Shoulder will make himself known. Do not lose faith.
I'm rather frustrated by this situation.
Now. Things move at a slower pace out here. Something you may not be so accustomed to. Come now, Miss Bateman.
Yeah, but what's the Wi-Fi like around this place? What's the internet connection like, you know?
You've brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found.
How's the reception on Vodafone out here? Shocking, I imagine.
As we trudged silently back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hob's Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder.
Back here.
That must be Kenneth.
Kenneth?
My assistant.
I see. Well, Miss Bateman, I really must attend to some other matters. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible, and O2 is going to be even worse, though.
Sweet sorrow.
Oh,
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct.
There you go.
I shall say good night, till it be morrow. You've proven yourself to be an impeccable scholar of the bard, my child.
Hey, I got achievement for that. Because I know my Shakespeare.
I should go meet Kenneth at the station. Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
I should go meet Kenneth at the station, but first I'm going to look over the moors. That was nice. We'll do that again later when Kenneth's not waiting for us. Go get our Ken. Do 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 do. Oh, where is he?
Where is Kenneth?
Kenny lad, where are you?
He was supposed to wait for me at the station.
That's what happens when you sit down. Oh, it's Arthur.
Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman.
There we go.
Drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink.
That's correct, yeah.
All a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
That's what you get, though, innit?
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did.
He's got no clue.
What were you going to tell me?
I don't really know.
He just wanted a drink.
You said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know nought about him. No, nought about Leonard Shoulder.
Well, is he lying? Is he lying now? Uh-oh. J'accuse.
Hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I don't believe him.
Lots of things when I've got the drink in me. I probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look.
I mean, actually, that's probably
I
the
just
truth, eh?
wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
Aye. I don't remember out.
About last night. You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss.
Yes.
Then nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found.
Howdy cat, though.
The door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, aye.
Yes. You must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
My mind has drawn a blank.
Why was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember. I've nought to say 'cause I remember nought.
Fight.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house, but he wasn't home.
Don't worry. You'll find him.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around my skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye. I'll survive.
So,
let's just keep going through the options one by one, eh?
Police station master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth.
He's like that.
Look from Cyril and the rest of them.
Okay. I want to point something out here that has caught my eye. As someone who does pixel art himself, right? And this is just a little thing, and I'm not saying this is wrong or anything. But look at the train tracks, okay? They're like, because of the low pixel count, they're like steps down. Okay? So it's like a line, and then another line, and then another line, and another line, and they don't overlap at any point until you get to here, where there are several different parts of the train track where the two lines overlap, creating like a double line. Like that. So instead of being like that, they're like that. Now, often when I do pixel art and I'm drawing lines, I will go back and I will remove any overlapping bits because I think it looks ugly and looks wrong most of the time. So it's just it's caught my eye. And I want to erase those little extra bits here, and here. Like I say, it's not necessarily a wrong way. I'm not saying that they've drawn it wrong or anything like that, but still.
This and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
It's got my attention.
Responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow. I'll tell you that much. A sense of duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think.
Oh, I'm getting quite warm now. Kenneth.
I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye?
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon?
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses. Where is my crate now?
Interesting.
Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price. He's the postmaster.
And where would we find the postmaster?
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you.
Hey.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
Why Leonard Shoulder invited me to Bewley.
Oh, I can't actually
He
know.
thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
Oh my god, I read the words "he fell asleep" and it made me yawn.
Please, this is important.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he...
Do you reckon that's what's happened though? He's fallen asleep on the train and now he's ended up God knows where.
If I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
Gonna end up in like Sheffield or something.
Hurrah.
Right, postmaster time. Oh look, it's Herbert the Toilet Cat. Ah, Cyril. Miserable old Cyril. Hello, Cyril.
Datey, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewley. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No.
He likes the bloodline they've got going there, you know what I'm saying?
Found Mr. Shoulder's
Plenty of inbreeding going on round Bewley.
Bleeding hell, should I care, lass?
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
It is her business.
You are quite helpful, aren't you?
Excuse me.
Bye.
Ta-ra, lass.
Right, anyway, postmaster time. Oh, talk to the blacksmith, go on. Oh, wait, hold on, what's this?
Fantastic specimen.
Fossil.
Good day.
Yes?
Yes. Oh, my word.
My name is Thomasina.
George Crozier.
George. Fine name.
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred. That's where my father's forge before mine.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
That's nice of him, isn't it?
Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Good businessman, this George.
Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out.
We know this already. Okay.
Thank...
Do you know what? Let's, we should have spoken to him earlier, I guess. Need to look for the postmaster now.
The sign is in a shabby...
Okay, so that's the cobbler. So that's not where... Maybe we're going this way, north. Is this north? Oh, hello.
That must be the postmaster's storeroom.
This must be the postmaster.
Hello.
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
He was a long, long man.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Tell him he seems harmless. Lie. It's hard to trust anyone here. No, I'm going for the honesty run.
On the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long. Though I currently reside in London.
London? I've never met anyone from London.
Now you have.
Very exciting. Have you lived there a long time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe. Is that true?
Some days.
Oh, you must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewley. No factories out here.
Now that was a crisp sample of a dog barking.
I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewley is in my blood.
That's tremendous, that one.
Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
Younger gentleman likes the railway line, though, talk of the town. What can I say?
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Do we know where we went?
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses.
Ah, when will he be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Not much to do around here, then, I take it.
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
He does. He does.
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
Ah. Please, sir, please.
I'm looking for Hob's Barrow.
One of those old burial hills?
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moor since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewley. And we are all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely...
Every single person in this flipping town, this village, is off in a slightly different way. This guy is weirdly positive in a weirdly creepy way.
Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long.
It does.
I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewley. Mark my words. There's much to protect.
I shall.
We need new blood.
Yeah, all the inbreeding, you see, all the inbreeding.
Will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to. Some people here don't want any new friends. Barnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
Cyril.
I've had the pleasure
Yeah,
of meeting Cyril.
we have met Cyril.
He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
Clearly.
Last night in the
Clearly.
Barrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey. I could go for an ale right now, actually.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No.
No.
Wait. Let me open a tap.
Perhaps.
No.
You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
Honestly, Mr. Long, I don't think the storeroom's going anywhere, you know. It'll be sound, don't worry about it.
There's my crate. Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to have to get in there.
Right, find a rock. It's going through the window.
Royal Mail, Postmaster's Residence. This must be the local post office.
The postmaster isn't home.
But my crate is in there.
You'll have to wait for Mr. Price to get back.
Ah. To do. Explore. Locate Hobbs Barrow. Find a way into the postmaster's storeroom. And open a tab. I mean, I guess opening a tab is the only thing I can actually do at the moment. But yeah, that fella's here again.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here, and I do trust you.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
So yes, I'll open an account for you, to be settled.
Thanks, Stanley.
Your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
I mean... Sure.
I found Mr. Shoulder's home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful! So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite.
This...
He wasn't home.
What is that?
It's a game full of going to see people and nobody's there. Not Mr. Shoulder. Arthur disappeared. Kenneth hasn't turned up. And now the postmaster.
I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
It's all very suspicious, isn't it? All very
What
suspicious.
other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the Barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's...
Okay, we've had that
My
one.
assistant has not arrived as planned.
Oh, is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
Goodbye.
So I need something of value to open a tab with. I currently hold nothing of the sort. To suspect I need to get into the storeroom to get to the crate, and in the crate will be something of value that I can give to the... Oh my god, okay. But you know what? I've just noticed the time. I've just noticed that it's bang on 10 o'clock. The thing I shall actually... Save it. No, I'll call it stream. Save. Go back to this screen here. And, should we go find someone to raid? On this fine Sunday evening. As I do that, as I figure out who's live and everything, I shall say thank you very much to everybody who's turned up. Whether you've been chatting, whether you've been lurking. Thank you to the new follows. I'll say thank you to Beth for the raid, but I would imagine she is long gone. Me, myself, I shall be back next Friday, I'm assuming, with more Cyberpunk, because I'm enjoying it. Obviously, it's a long game, so I'm going to be ploughing away at that one for a while, right? Who am I going to raid? But what we're thinking of the Excavation of Hob's Barrow so far, I'm enjoying it. I think that certainly the voice acting is carrying it for me. I'll tell you that much.